like you to bring your attention to the front. Everybody's so excited. We're just 1 week away from opening day. Pitchers and catchers have been practicing for a long time. We've had spring break. Everything is done. We're ready for the new students to come. And as a matter of fact, many are still here. Many are already here. We have several people that aren't in the room because they're out doing their thing with our new students at Wolf Camp and the adventure trip. What's that called? Elements. Thank you. Sorry about that. Brain going dead this morning. I want to do very quickly. I want to turn. Am I turning over to you? Oh, there she is. I want to turn this program over to Angie Bradley. We're going to do introductions if we have enough time at the end. Jam-packed schedule today, but I want to turn this over to Angie Bradley.
Good morning. I'm Angie Bradley, Director of Health Services, and we have the opportunity to share with you this morning, tell you a little bit about our department and our role here on campus. The Health Center team is made up of about 25 regular staff members. Working alongside us are an additional 15 peer educators and GAs. And these individuals spend their time day in and day out really working to serve our students and promote in the areas of health and wellness. You know, I think many times when you hear the phrase health services, people automatically think, oh, that's the round building where students go when they're not feeling well. Well, that's accurate, that's true, but in addition to that, there are many other things associated with health services. We have an advocacy team who works day in and day out to support our students in the areas of not only medical advocacy, but academic advocacy and victims advocacy. They man a 24-hour crisis line that's available to students who need support after hours. In addition to that, our health education team can be found here and there around campus, often conducting presentations, hosting events, tablings, all in an effort to promote a healthy lifestyle and healthy behavior for our students.
This is a story all about how health services runs from top on down. We right thing with just sit right there. How we care for this pack so prepared. To try and check in, following up on concerns from a teacher or friend. If you have a concern and you need someone quickly, call 24/7 to speak confidentially. Walk through the door, yo, this ain't bad. Head to the pharmacy to see what they have. And this is what the ones in this pack are living like. You know, this might be alright. Hey, thanks, man. It's a cough, cough, Prozac. And by the way, is it okay to get some condoms with that? Yeah, it's all cool. We'll see when you get there. Us fools will be alright because we know that they care.
for an interruption. Thanks, team. Great job. I do want to take just a few more moments to tell you about some upcoming changes that will be occurring at Health Services. Sure, you will probably be hearing about some of these. We probably may not have time to roll out in full detail this morning, but I will be available as time permits for questions now, or can connect with your offices later for additional information. Effective August 13th, which will be next week, we will implement a new fee structure at Health Services, and there will be fees associated with our provider visits. Those visits are those that occur with a physician, a nurse practitioner, or a physician assistant. There are many things that will still be covered under the health fee. The nursing visits will be covered under the health fee, but visits with providers will have a $20 fee associated with those. In addition to provider fees, visit fees, we will continue to have fees associated with certain lab procedures and pharmacy procedures. Some of that has been in place, but there will be some expansion of those fees as well. I think one of the first things that probably comes to mind is, what if the students can't pay? Will they be denied care? No, they will not. We will continue to provide care to those students. We have made arrangements for those fees to be placed on their BandWeb account. If they choose to do so, we will encourage them to pay at the time of service and make them aware of any fees prior to their service being rendered. But they will have the opportunity to place those on their BandWeb account if they desire to do so. I think, again, it's very important to remember that many things will still be covered by that health fee. Anytime they see the nurse, they're coming in for allergy injections, they're coming in for TB tests. Various labs can even be done in conjunction with a nurse visit. There are sometimes fees associated with those labs, and then often we have to send those out to an outside lab source. But they will not have the provider fee associated with that. And there are a number of services that can be done in conjunction with that provider fee. So let's say an individual comes in and it's determined that they're dehydrated and they need IV fluids. Well, that's that $20 fee. There's not an additional fee for having IV fluids. They come in, there's been an injury, some sort, they need sutures. Again, that would be a part of that $20 fee. They would see the provider and continue with other services there. So I think the main takeaway that we want you to know is that we are here to help our students. We're here to take care of them. And we're proud to be Health Services, and we can't wait for you to all get to come see us in our new building. So, thank you.
Well, what a great way to start off the morning. Can everyone hear me okay? Okay. Yay! Thank you, Health Services, for a very entertaining and interactive presentation. All staff committee had no idea we were doing that, so it was very awesome to see because it really fits in with our theme for this morning's meeting. One thing that all staff committee is being very intentional this year is theming our staff meetings so that there's a seamless connection, and we all feel like we're really taking something out of it and there's one underlying message with it. So this month's theme is about UWG spirit. So we asked you all to wear your school colors. So you can also embody that school spirit that we ask our students to do as well, and in all the ways that they are engaging in all facets of the engagement on campus. So I want you to be able to kind of take a step back, reflect on the amazing impact you can make on our campus, especially as students are already starting to arrive on the campus as we're moving forward into the next year and students start back school on Wednesday, in case you didn't know. So just a few days away. So I believe we're waiting a few minutes for our next speaker. So we can go ahead and move on to introductions to kind of fill in some time, and then we'll move forward from there.
Thank you. We're going to do this quickly because our next special speaker isn't here yet, but will be shortly. So I'd like to introduce anybody that, have you stand up, anybody who has not yet been introduced at a all staff meeting, new employees. So if you're in that category, please stand up. And just tell us who you are and what office you're in.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Francisco De Paz, and I'm with the Admissions Department, as well as I'm the new Hispanic Latino representative. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for having me, and thank you for hiring me, too.
Francisco.
Hey y'all, my name is Bethany. I am the resident director of the Oaks Department of Housing and Residence Life.
Morning, everyone. I'm David Askew. I'm the new IT specialist for Housing and Res Life.
David.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Richard Adams. I serve as the new manager of residence life for first-year students in the Department of Housing and Residence Life.
Hi, my name is Jordan Fife, and I'm the admissions social media coordinator.
Excellent.
Hi, I'm Sosie Quarry, and I'm the graduate assistant for orientation.
I'm Megan Dugan, and I'm the graduate assistant for dual enrollment.
Good morning, y'all. My name is Victor Navarez. I'm the GA for Operations and Student Development for UREC. I'm glad to be here.
Hi everyone, my name is Taylor and I am working here at UREC. I'm the new GA for facilities.
Hi, welcome.
Good morning, my name is Devin Blackwell. I am the graduate assistant for student conduct.
Good morning, my name is Carrie Gilroy, and I'm the GA for the Office of Community Standards.
Good morning, I'm Elizabeth and I'm the new GA for fraternity and sorority life. Hi, I'm Brianna Harris. I'm the new GA for leadership programs.
Good morning, I'm Amber Clark. I'm the resident director of Arborview Apartments, and I'm in Housing and Residence Life.
And one more new employee. Oh, another one over here. We're so good.
Hey, I'm Emily Driver and I'm the new GA in the Advising Center.
Welcome all, and we have one more new employee standing up right here.
Hi, it's so wonderful to meet all of you. I am Jennifer Jordan, and I'm our new Associate Vice President for Enrollment Management.
And just one more new employee to our meeting, Dr. Marrero. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody doing okay? Oh, there's a stage. It's so tempting to get on the stage, but I will not. Y'all doing okay this morning? As my daughter says, get off the throne, Daddy. I know who you really are. Welcome. Are y'all excited? Can you believe it? Everybody's coming in. Friday, Saturday, and here we go. And it looks like it's going to be record enrollment again. Won't be huge growth, but it will be growth. And that's an incredible sign. That's a testimony of the incredible work that you all do. I'm waiting for the enrollment report, right? Right? Coming today? Yeah? Enrollment report? It's at least 13, yeah, it was 13,520, said it'll be at least 13,521. That's the only guarantee I'll give me. But look, what you all do, and this morning the message I want to tell you is the vital importance to our mission and the vision and the goals that we've set forth as an institution. Student Affairs Enrollment Management is at the center of that. All the different areas that you intersect and the success that we've had and are continuing to have, and that students are choosing us, the experience of their parents coming in, them visiting us. The accolades this year have been higher than they've ever been. They've always been great, but I tell you, the testimonies from parents, from visitors to our campus, and the experience all the way from the orientation leaders to the experiences on campus to the visits to you name it, across the spectrum of that experience, through admissions all the way into registering for their classes, the housing, etc., has been phenomenal. Financial aid has knocked it out of the park. Every touch has done their job to the level of which I can say that we are now probably one of the best places, certainly from a student experience and a new incoming student and their families, best place to come to work, learn, and succeed. And that's because of you and the work that you all are doing every day. I do want to talk a little bit this morning about some of the issues that we face in this Generation Z, right? Generation Z is an interesting group for us as they're coming in and engaging with us at this level. We can talk about them in many different ways. The most connected, the most knowledgeable in terms of at least what they can Google and find from information, because certainly we, as professors, as educators, are not the purveyors of knowledge anymore, right? No, that's gone. We don't know everything. In fact, they know everything because they can get to it directly on their phone or any device that they have. And within that spectrum, our job is to put content around, or at least focus around that content. A context is really the word that we want to do, because they can obtain knowledge anywhere, any place, and they can form their own opinions, ideals, who they are, and how they fit into this world. Yet, they don't know how to do that yet. And that's where you all come in, with all the programs, everything that we do, from student involvement to student government to all the exchanges beyond the classroom. And I have to tell you, when you look at the latest Gallup poll, the largest in its history that just came out late spring, I was at the ASCU Summer Council for Presidents, and they presented to all the presidents of the American Association of State Colleges and Universities. And one of the slides that really struck me, and probably not a surprise to you, was the largest sampling across the board, general, in terms of what the American public thinks about the preparedness of our students to enter the workplace upon graduation. What do you think is the percentage that they think our students are prepared upon graduation to enter the workforce and be successful? Only 13% of Americans believe that our graduates from post-secondary institutions are ready. What about the employers, the business leaders that are hiring our graduates? What do you think their percentage is that they believe that they're ready and prepared, that we have prepared them in their experience here? It's only 11%. What do you think of the Board of Trustees, whether it's Foundation, Board of Regents, all the governing boards that were polled in the Gallup poll this last year, how we're doing as an end product as they enter the workforce? 6% only agree that we prepared them. What do you think us as academics, chief academic officers, and across the spectrum of academic leadership think we're doing in preparing our students post-graduation? 95%. We think we're doing damn good. Now there's a little gap there, right? Just a little gap. Well, how many have heard of a man named Tim Elmore? Or had a chance to hear him speak? He was our guest at the Education Summit just on the 19th and 20th of July. And it was one of those moments, those epiphanies for me of this is it. This is really what we're facing with Generation Z. And then also, really, if we look at the last 3 decades in higher education, the last 5 have certainly been the most disruptive, you could argue the last 10. But really, the last 3 in terms of the argument of the return on investment and value of higher education and what that means. The reason I'm talking to you about this morning is you're on the front lines of that. As Tim Elmore says, the 2 words that he likes to use are timely and timeless. And that's the spectrum all the way from K through 12, all the way to what we do here in higher education, what we believe in the transformational power of education to elevate socioeconomic classes. But if our public, our governing boards, our employers, Americans in general don't see the value in this anymore, what are we going to do about that? How do we close that gap? Now the good news, there's another slide that I'm sharing publicly through this these next few weeks as I talk to the different boards that I serve and just did a general faculty meeting yesterday, is the good news is when Gallup polls and asks, where are we in terms of public perception of needing something post-secondary, either a bachelor's degree or a certificate, where do you think that percentage is? That's still really high. That's over 60% of Americans still believing they need something beyond high school for them to have the career that they want. In fact, that Gallup poll, the number one thing that the generation coming up now wants out of their degree and their completion in higher ed post-secondary is to be able to further their career, their aspirations, their passions, and their earning capacity. Well, in 1971, when Gallup did this same survey, what do you think the number one answer was? And career and earnings wasn't even on the top 10. 1971, it was to understand the global society in which they live and a better philosophical understanding of themselves in this world. A little different, right? In terms of why people went to college in the 70s. Well, we know why they went to college in the 70s and what they did on this campus in the 70s. But we also know, yes, Student Affairs, right? That's right. So what we know now, though, is that has changed, and we're in the middle of that, and we have to not only control that narrative, but direct it and influence it and ensure that our students are getting that timeless and timely education. So what does that mean? From an academic standpoint, timely, and certainly from where you intersect, it means that we have to accept we're in an advanced technological state, and every interaction that we have, we can't say, put down your phones. We can't say, take away your technology so we can stand up and talk in front of you, or we can teach you in some sage on the stage manner. We have to engage, we have to have exponential experiences for them. We have to have image-rich. Yes, they still have to learn how to write and communicate, but then we have to connect and understand that how important that connection is. And you all know that better than anybody. You're on the front lines, you've been trained in that, you understand that. From the academic enterprise, that's a continual development opportunity as we move forward together. But you understand that. The other part of it is we can't predict what jobs are going to be there in the next decade, 2 decades. We don't even know the jobs that exist now 2 decades before we're going to be here today. So what is the timely aspect of our educational responsibility in the development now? And I think it will truly address then that terrible perception of 13% of Americans think that our workforce isn't prepared, that 11% of employers and 6% of trustees. And because if you ask them when they answer that question, what they were missing, was it the hard skills? Was it the content-rich knowledge? Was it the ability actually to do computer programming? No. It was to actually communicate, work in groups, to problem solve, critically think. All those essential skills we talk about. Now, what do you all do in Student Affairs? That's what you do. You are more important now than ever. If we are to solve this puzzle, to be relevant, to show that our impact, that experience of an 18 to 24-year-old or whatever it may be, an adult or a veteran coming back, can obtain not only those hard skills that they need to improve their career trajectory, their earning capacity throughout their lifetime. What is the differentiation that we believe will be vital to close that gap of our own perception of the experience and preparedness, and to those that are out there actually hiring our students or our adults or our veterans as they come back into the workplace? That's the incredible work that you do every day. So I want you to think about those timeless values and skills that you teach, that you bring into the spectrum when you engage with each of our students, whether it's student involvement, whether it's student government, whether it's counseling, whether it's advising. Every touch that you have within everything you do here in Student Affairs that makes such an impact outside of the classroom is vitally important, because it will elevate, it will instruct, it will send a generation forward with skills and values of which we know will close that gap. So I want to charge you today with that and know how incredibly important that is, how vital you are, how vital you have been to our success of where we are. Where 7 of my 10 scorecard indicators are record to this institution. That's because of your work, collectively, together. I can't do it myself, Scott can't do it himself. All we do is try to measure, direct, provide a vision, and give you the resources and tools necessary to be successful. That's what Engage West is. So together, our goal is we continue on this trajectory, we refresh our strategic plan to 2025 this year, we keep marching forward, and as Tim Elmore says, we need to march off the map to territories of which we've never seen before. We need to be adventurers in that, to set the pathways to what student success will be, as more and more of our students within this region and throughout the United States choose us as we continue to grow. So thank you for letting me give you a little bit of a message this morning, how excited I am continually and renewed and refreshed to be your president, and so proud of the work you do. So thank you all so much.
Thank you, Dr. Marrero, for that very timely message. We appreciate Staff Advisory Council that's going to give a little information about who they are, what they do, and who they serve. Woo, that's my
All right, good morning, everyone. I'm Emily Titebaum, Associate Director for the Center for Student Involvement in this division, but I am here this morning to talk to you about my role as Chair of the Staff Advisory Council. So we are your new staff officers for the next 2 years. Again, I'm the Chair. Chair-elect is Allison Brecht, Secretary Jessica Renard, and Treasurer Holly Sailors, and I'll have them briefly introduce themselves.
Good morning. My name is Allison Brecht, and I am the Director of Annual Giving over at University Advancement. This is going into my 7th year here at West Georgia. I can't believe it's been 7 years. And I'm the second in line to Emily, so I'll be assisting her and really learning how to best serve as chair the following year. So I'm really excited. Thank you all so much for the votes. I know that a lot of it came from my SAEM family, so I really appreciate that, and I'm excited to serve on Staff Advisory Council.
Good morning, I'm Holly Sailors, I'm your treasurer, and I also work in University Advancement. I'm the manager of the Advancement Services Department, and we take care of your 2 foundations, the main foundation and the athletic foundation.
Hello everyone, I'm Jessica Renard. I work in the Office of Education Abroad, so I am actually in academic affairs, so I appreciate you letting me come here today. But yes, I've been at the university for about 4 years, 2 years for grad school, and then 2 years professionally, so I'm very excited to be here.
Okay, so just to show you a little bit about the breakdown for SAC reps, we have 48 total SAC staff representatives in our council, and you can see how it's broken down with each division, and then each representative will have a certain area in their division to be a part of. And so we have 8 lovely reps in our division that are about to stand and be recognized. So we are here, Stephanie Anderson, Melissa Grosso, Delvin Hicks, Harriet Holly, Jennifer McManus, Nicole Ray, Tina Skinner, and Vasha Willis are your 8 staff representatives. Thanks, guys. More information to come for you guys. Okay, so some SAC initiatives that we do that hopefully you know about, but if you don't, we do book scholarships, we do professional development scholarships, we participate in Toys for Tots. Our newest initiatives is the Work West fundraiser shirts. These shirts, money will go to fund more scholarships as well as cool different events. We're trying to still think about maybe build a Wolfie for staff, free coffee for staff. We're open to any ideas to use that money. We also represent at the Faculty Staff Benefits Fair, all staff town hall meetings, and represent on many committees. So some major campus initiatives that we get to be a part of as chair of SAC. I get to go to the President's Advisory Council PAC meetings, President's Commission for Campus Inclusion, the CAR Report Response Action Plan, the Engage West Survey Committee, Engage West Staff Addition Committee, and I'm a voting member for the USG System Staff Council. So we get to be a part of a lot of cool initiatives on campus. So how can you all get involved? So you can become a representative, so definitely let your supervisor or vice president know if you're interested next period. You can go out for a SAC officer period, next election period in 2 years. You can attend our monthly SAC representative meetings. They are the last Wednesday of every month at 11 a.m. in 10834, which one? I can't remember which one that is. You can get in contact with your representative and let them know if you have any questions, concerns, something that you want us to work on. You can also apply for a professional development scholarship. That's $250 to go to any conference or training, anything you want to do. I know we've had several people in this division that's gone out for it. You literally just apply and we'll let you know if you receive it. And then the book scholarship too is $100 to any if you're taking a class or training and you need some help with extra books. You can apply for that. Buy a Work West shirt, I'll plug that. You can wear it the first Wednesday of every month. And to help kind of spread school spirit. And then you can also always attend the next USG staff annual conference. This one is October 5th and 6th you can look out for that. And then our next thing, you guys are, I think, the first people to see this, but our next town hall is going to be joined with Faculty Senate and Staff Advisory Council. State of the University is on Wednesday, August 29th at 3 p.m. in the ballroom. So definitely come out to that. And for more information, go to our website, or you can email us at sac@westj.edu, or any of us at any time. Thank you. Any questions? Everyone already know everything? Very good. Well, find us if you ever have any questions. Thanks.
Good morning, everyone. Wow, it's such a great day to be a Wolf. Our next guest asked for me not to give a big introduction, so I'm going to honor that request. But I do have to say that he did state that he was just super excited to come and visit his family and friends at UWG. So please welcome Mr. Eddie Duffey.
I can't tell you how much of a thrill this is. I look around the room and wow, so many friends and so many people that we have shared together, worked together. If you've had to deal with me directly over your career there, would you just show your hand there too? If you've had to deal with me, see, look at all these unfortunate people here in this room right here. Yes, Dr. Winkle has two hands there too. But it is such a thrill to be with you. I will never be able to top what this group did to get us started here this morning. That was super, wasn't it? I do want to say thanks, Sochil, for this opportunity to be here with you. It's great to be back on campus. It's great to be back in this building. It's great to be back in this room. And it's also a relief to know that I'm not sitting in one of Dr. Marrero's all day long LDI sessions today. And even though those seem to fall like on the day before a big home athletic event, by coincidence, they were always so valuable and in perfect candor meant a lot to me and to everyone in attendance. And yeah, the thing that we were able to do with that is, of course, we were looking at the vision, the efficiency, and, of course, the total campus life. And I always treasured those opportunities. It gave me a chance to be together with each of you. And as I recollect, those were special days and special times. It also gave me a chance to be able to visit and share with people that I may not have had on my contact list on my cell phone, that being the faculty here at West Georgia, to be able to work hand in hand with them, see their issues, their concerns, their challenges, and then to be able to work together as a staff and as a faculty through those LDI sessions was always something that meant a lot to me. When Sochil asked me to come and to share just a few thoughts on school spirit, I thought, well, this is going to be a breeze. I mean, this is right down my wheelhouse. And then I realized maybe it's not, because I'm not the rah-rah guy for UWG athletics anymore. I'm not the guy that you're getting those emails from to update you on what's going on. But I'm still very, very much a part of your life, because you shall forever remain a part of mine. So as I thought about that, now I realized I'm not the guy that's trying to rally the troops here on campus around the Wolves as we get ready for the next big athletic event. But I am indeed so very proud of West Georgia, the wonderful institution that it is and all that it does and it gives very proudly and effectively. When I think of school spirit, I've jotted down some things here. I'm thinking about the spirit of our university and the beauty of it. And I'm not talking about the beauty to the eye there. I'm talking about the beauty to the heart here. Some of the special memories that I have, and I teased Scott just before I got up here, some of the things that really stick out in your mind, and as each of you reflect on your careers, here at West Georgia, think about the things that you love. The things, the activities that you've had, the elements, the components of your career here, and the things that you love. And I couldn't help but tease him as we came in. I can remember he and I basically hanging off of the steel beams underneath the west stands of University Stadium, and some of you were there when lightning was popping around and we were trying to do a first lap for our freshmen. You know, we tried to do that event 3 consecutive years, and Mother Nature said, "Nah, you ain't doing it here." But those are things that we have, and they're pleasant memories. And I remember, Emily, you remember that night there too? We had to delay the what was it? The color parade, or party there. So, but the glow party, that's what it was. But these are things that are so special to me. A nice morning walk across this campus on the beautiful brick sidewalks, landscape that is just immaculate and beautiful. The pleasing aroma, those of you that know me well, the pleasing aroma of that morning cup of coffee coming out of Starbucks in the library. Thousands of students converging on University Stadium. Some of you have been with us for the Howl, which kicks off the fall season as we get ready for that opening first kickoff. Emily and Chris orchestrating yet another great homecoming event. You guys are awesome, and they always do a great job with that every season. One of the things that I love, believe it or not, John Lyons and his crew, and what's up with this midnight breakfast? Because I've always wondered who eats bacon and eggs at midnight. But yeah, that's what lots of people do. Yeah, I guess I'm the Lone Ranger there. But those are things that are special to us. The first game that we ever played in University Stadium. How many of you were here for that particular evening? So quite a few of you. In 2009, we played before a packed house, and we finally had a place that we could call home. Seeing our students enjoying this beautiful campus center, TJ and his staff do a wonderful job of creating a valuable student experience for each of our young people. The first games ever played in the Coliseum, which is the best arena around. Great Friday afternoons on the Hill. We called it Hallville years ago. We call it Deantown now, but it gave our students an opportunity on a Friday afternoon to prepare their tailgate sites, to throw the frisbee, footballs in the air, grills are going, music's blaring. We were getting ready for the next day and the festivities of a home Wolves football game. The smell of freshly cut grass on our beautiful campus. And of course, our landscape and grounds crew here at West Georgia is second to none, and we all know that. The welcome back extravaganza that you all do, that's something that is such a pleasant memory, and one of the things that I love about our university. Addressing eager freshmen and their parents here in this room with each orientation session was always a delight, and I always cherished that ability and that opportunity I had to lead that Go West, Go Wolves chant to get them started with their student career. Some of you are in this room here seeing our enthused and excited and students filing into University Stadium after a good morning on the Hill. And Xavier and I and the team always enjoyed that parade into the stadium off of the Hill there too. But that's a pleasant memory, and it's something that I love about this university. Speaking of Xavier, last year's homecoming bonfire is certainly something to remember, and we're very proud of that, and that's a pleasant memory. New facilities on our campus, the Residence Hall, Greek Village, the Campus Center, Murphy Building, the Coliseum, the bookstore, the nursing school, biology's new home, East Commons, and of course close to my world, University Stadium. All of these are 10 years of age or younger. And the dirt, as I came in this morning and looked out the back door, the dirt continues to turn, and we have advancements at all times on this campus, and we can be proud of that. Something else that helps me in a memory to love this university: Scot Lingrell, Kale Self, Nicole Nichols, and their teams making it possible for West Georgia students to road trip to Wolves postseason football playoff games. And what a special time that was to see our young people disembarking from buses at enemy sites. And by the way, I'm really, really, really proud to tell you this. When our students made these bus trips to these visiting sites, we never lost a postseason football game. So that's good stuff. The cross-country excursions that our football program had as we reached the Final Four there, that shall forever be something that I love and I cherish. And what a great form of national recognition for our university when our football program did that. And then, you know, one of the things that when we talk about the things that we love, that I would be remiss if I didn't mention this. I love the fact that University beats Valdosta more than they beat us, right? That's a good thing, and I love that. So beating Valdosta anytime and every time is something that we cherish. Okay, looking at the university that we love, it's easy for us, with that love that we have for our university and our environment, to care about the things that we have. And the things like you. No doubt in my mind that we have the greatest staff in the United States right here at the University of West Georgia. And you within this room are such a major part of that staff. And whether you know it or not, I can speak to you from your partners in crime that are across campus, which I was once a part of, that the respect and appreciation that your fellow staff member has outside of this department is one above reproach. We have always appreciated what SAEM does for each of us there. So thank you so very much for that. So you are one that we care about, and it's easy to care about and for you. We also care about our environment. West Georgia is very professional in our approach to preserving the environment, regenerating it, and maintaining the valuable resources that supply our existence here on this campus. And our administration, Dr. Lingrell, Dr. Marrero, the other VPs there too, from the top down, all the way to the positions that we feel and we feel. Each of us are very appreciative of this administration. We care about their well-being, we care about their success, and we support them in every possible way. And then your division. As I look about there, and of course I was sharing with you the viewpoint that I have experienced from across campus there, but there is an intense respect for your division and all that you do. Within that division, each of you serve in different departments there, and I'm sure that you have a great care for everyone that's within your department. Now, those of you that had to lock arms with me on a daily basis, there may not have been that great care or excitement about, oh goodness, here comes Eddie, what does he need now? But as you look around your department, think about the care that you have for your fellow staff member, and what a blessing it is to be able to share and to work with the people within your department. Your fellow West Georgia employees are persons that you can care about. People that make it possible for you to be successful on your job. Countless occasions around this campus as I would go about on a daily basis, I would see different employees stop and assist others in a time of need. That is care. That is something that we can indeed be proud of. And then, of course, something else that we can care about is our community. We whether it's our university or the geographic community that we speak of, it's easy to care for the beauty of this community, but most importantly, it is easy to care for our people in this community. Certainly not the least of our caring abilities is the care that you show, each of you within this room, with extreme diligence for our students. These students that have selected West Georgia as my school. And these students have made that selection largely in part to the efforts of the people within this room. You are often the first person to answer the call or to reply to the email, to extend the first handshake, and certainly to create that smile with activities and programs throughout their academic career that sustains them through this great experience that they have as students at West Georgia. When we love our institution and we care for one another, it's easy for us to serve. Didn't we agree that we conserve and protect our environment? We cherish the ground that we walk on here at West Georgia. We lift each other up and help whenever we can. And we value the relationships that we enjoy on our campus. Now, Sochil's probably thinking that I flipped my lid about, she asked me to speak about school spirit and what does all this have to do with school spirit. But in my very simple mind, in a complex world, if we possess these three qualities, that we love our environment, we care about the people that we work with, and that we are able to collaborate with, then we will serve. We'll find it easy to show great spirit, a positive spirit that we'll possess that is an advocate for our school. Here are some things that I think of when I think about school spirit. It could be a bottle of water to the perspiring facilities staff member that's working in the blazing August sun. It could be an escort of a campus visitor to their desired location. It could be helping a student pick up books or a laptop or an iPad on the quad that was dropped in the bustle of them getting to class quickly. Let's set up a chair or two with a fellow staffer that's working feverishly to prepare for that important special event. Making that substitute presentation for an ailing or an unavailable cohort. A simple note of congratulations to a campus acquaintance on a recent accomplishment or achievement. A positive greeting with a smile to that person that you meet on the campus sidewalk. A like, this is today's world, a like, a retweet, or a share of the great things that you each have going on here at West Georgia. I go back to Dr. Marrero's comments about Tim Albert. All of these thoughts, and let me inject too, I was a student here in the 70s, by the way, so. All of these thoughts add up in this feeble mind to say school spirit. School spirit signifies a positive spirit, and no one has a greater opportunity to display that than those of you within this division. You are the ones that carry the flag and introduce our university to so many prospective students, families that will enjoy this campus, this institution, for the next 4 to 5 years. As an alum, an employee, and now as a retiree and a resident of the community, I can confirm to each of you that the spirit that we display at West Georgia, it permeates throughout the local community. Your energy and your school spirit will continue to set our university on the right path as you make a difference on campus, in our town, and around the region. The local community will be a reflection of what you do and will largely follow your lead in creating an environment that we're all proud of. We mentioned University Stadium, and when we played that first game, we finally had a place that we could call home. Our local community is a special place to call home. And we can develop this spirited bond, and it can be as solid as a rock with the things that each of you do on a daily basis and the things that we've shared here this morning. Yes, school spirit is far-reaching and it's long-lasting. This university, this community, your department and division, all UWG employees and our students can sense and they can feel this positive spirit when it exudes from each of us. It starts with me. What can I do to be a positive influence in my small circle? I wish you all the best as the students return here this week, and I challenge you to reflect on the simple things you can do to create a dynamic impact on those you meet on a daily basis. We can all love our institution. We can care about those with whom we lock arms. And with these two components in place, we can serve one another, our students, and our community. Now that's school spirit in my book. And guys and gals, you've got it. And I'm proud of you for the spirit that you have that permeates into our local community and throughout our university campus. I thank you for giving me the chance to be here with you, but I would be wrong if I had this floor and I didn't do this one more time. Everybody's up on your feet. You know where I'm going, okay? All right. It's the Go West, Go Wolves. We're less than a month till kickoff. Go West. Go Wolves. Go West. Go Wolves. Go West. Go Wolves. Right. Thank you so much, Coach.
Awesome. Thank you, Eddie, very much. Let's give another round of applause. So, Eddie was a great supporter of the university before he worked here, while he worked here, and now you can see after he worked here. If you don't know, he's a big part of City Station, which is the new complex that's down by CVS, which also is a great supporter of the university, and we have it. One of our housing partners, and we're really going to have a great relationship with them, especially because Eddie is there too. And it's a great reminder that school spirit is not about athletics. School spirit is about what's in your heart towards where you're working, where you've gone to school, even if you haven't been here. The experience that you exude out for other people as they're engaging with us. And I think, Eddie, I'll let you do that.
So as a thank you for coming here today, we have a little parting gift for you. You probably thought you were going to stop receiving swag after you left, but you still are, so thank you very much.
Awesome. Very good. So in just the few minutes we have left, I forgot to say earlier, why in the world is it set up this way? It's set up this way because in the next little time frame here, we're going to have Lead Day. Lead Day, 200 plus leaders on our campus are going to be in this room, kind of getting an understanding of what it's like to be a student leader and how that is important, how that role is different than just being a student here, and the expectations around that and the responsibilities of that, but also the benefits of leadership. Yesterday we had Housing and Residence Life in these rooms with more than 250, 300 people that were learning about how to better support our students. We have people that are in North Carolina doing work. We have people who are in Woodlands Camp doing work right now, and we're about ready to move about 2,900 and some students into our university over this weekend. So thank you very much for everything you do. We are off and running. We already have been. And that is such an exciting time for our university. So thank you for what you do. Are there any other announcements that I need to do for the committee? Oh, yes, so as you leave, if you can clear the table, it's going to be hard for you to pick up all that candy, I know, but clear the table, take it with you because we have the lead day thing. I want to thank the committee for an awesome, please do that, for an awesome agenda. We got it all in the amount of time. Look at that, we have 5 minutes, and you can go back to your offices. Thank you very much.